Hello, and we're back with another payment integration demo. In this video, I'm gonna show how to embed the Cybersource Microform module into your iOS page, into your iOS shopping app, which is built with SwiftUI. And here's the demo. So here we have a demo shopping app. You can add items into the cart, and then when you click on the checkout page, you're gonna get the checkout page, and then here you're gonna have the Cybersource Microform module embedded into your page. Now this is a web view, like a browser, but it's embedded in a seamless way so that it looks like it's native to the page. And then you can enter card information. Pay. Now it's going to load for a bit, and then it's going to perform 3DS authentication, and that's going to be displayed here also. As you can see, you enter your OTP, hit submit, and then it's going to authenticate the payment. And then when the payment is done, the web view is going to notify my app that the payment is done, and then it's going to display payment successful, receipt number, blah blah blah. Okay, so this is the demo, and now we're going to go ahead and implement this in a template app that doesn't have a payment checkout thingy in it, and start working on it from the scratch. On the right side of the page, we have the same demo app, but with no checkout module integrated into it. It's just empty here, and we're gonna build a web app using React.js that will have that Microform component inside it. And then we're gonna run it on localhost, and then we're gonna use a web view to display that React.js app, which has the Microform, in a seamless way inside this checkout page. So to do that, the first step would be to go to the project file. Here in this file, I'm just gonna open a new terminal window and enter this directory. And here I'm gonna create a new React.js project. So here in this Microform React app, I implemented the Microform module using a custom payment form and a custom button. And I already covered how to implement this in a previous video. Check it in the description below or in one of these links on the screen. In that video, I cover how to implement Microform in a React app and add 3DS authentication into it. So I just followed whatever that is in this video to implement this little form over here. The only thing is I ensured that this form fill up as much space as it takes, as much space as possible in the screen. And I made the background white so that it blends seamlessly with my SwiftUI app. Here I have a method called getAmountString. This is used here when the payment is sent. I get the amount from this method, and this method gets it from the web view's URL. It looks for a query parameter called amount and returns that in the send payment method here, and then that's what I'm going to use to send my API request. I'm going to pay using that amount. This is how my SwiftUI app will be passing down the amount to the web view. And then when this payment is done, the web view is going to pass down the result to the SwiftUI app like this. So the SwiftUI app, when it displays this web view, it'll be able to monitor what URL is currently in the web view. So here, when the payment is successful, I'm gonna redirect to this success path and append the order ID as a query parameter. And then my app is going to detect that and react accordingly by closing the web view and displaying a message that says the payment is successful. If not, then I'm going to redirect to this path, failed, and my app is going to detect that and show a message that says, check your payment information and try again. Okay, so this is the React.js app with the Microform and 3DS in it. Let's go ahead and try a payment. Here, what I'm going to do in the URL, I'm going to do / amount and then some value like this, and then my app will be able to read that and send a payment for that amount. Now when I hit pay, it's going to tokenize the card, send it for authentication, and then it's going to display the OTP page here inside this web view. Then I'll enter the OTP in the web view. Then when the authentication is successful, it's going to call the payment API. This is the amount that's being used in the payment API. And then when the payment is successful, here, I'm going to redirect to this past success, and I'm going to append the reference ID, the order ID, or as the customer would know it, the receipt number as a query param. So this is the Microform WebView. Now that's all for the React.js WebView part. Now we can go and back to the iOS app and show you how this is embedded in the SwiftUI app. Switching to the SwiftUI app, here you need to create a new file, new Swift file for a class called WebView. And inside this file, this class would live. This is WebView, which is the WebKit library. This just builds the UI, the WebView, and also add methods that observe what's happening inside the WebView and so on. So this is just a class to take care of that. You could take this and reuse it. You can find this in a lot of tutorials for SwiftUI. Next thing is, I'll go to your cart view where you see the checkout page. Right now, we only have one variable for the cart items. We need to add two more variables. One that indicates if the payment is done or not, because if it's done, then I'm going to dismiss the web view. If not, if this is true, then the web view is going to show up in the page. And then payment reference. Payment reference is going to do three things. If it's empty string, it will mean the payment's failed. If it's not an empty string, then it will mean that the payment is successful and has a order ID. So here in our page, under the total, which sits in this edge stack here, I'm going to create a V stack, and then I'm going to have two conditions in it. Let me zoom in so you can see. If the payment is done, then I'm going to show result prompt. Else, then I'm going to show WebView. Here I'm going to add a headline that says checkout, and then I'm going to create my WebView component like this. This is going to take in my URL, and that's going to be my localhost URL, because right now I'm running my Microform on a localhost, but eventually in production you'll need to run it on an actual HTTPS URL. In this, we'll also get an onNav change callback, which is going to give us the URL that the WebView is currently displaying. And this is where all the action for handling the result happens. If the URL changes, it's going to be logged here. So based on that, we need to detect that the URL that we navigated to has success or failed in it and handle the result accordingly. We can do that like this. Here, we'll check if the URL contains the word success, because that's what we redirect to. Here, if the payment is successful. If it is, then I'm gonna get the URL components and I'll look for the reference query params, and then I'm going to set it as the payment reference state variable, and then I'm going to mark the payment is done to close the web view. If the payment is successful, but for whatever reason the query param is missing, it's empty, then I can have something that says success, but there's no reference, no order ID, and then put payment done. And I can, to prevent it showing up as false, I can here leave a message that says order ID missing, just in case. Now here, if the URL that we go to has the word failed in it, because that's what we do when the payment fails, then we're gonna set payment done, and we're gonna also make sure that the payment reference is an empty string. Here, let's silence this error by putting string here. Now we gotta handle this part. This is the part where we show the result based on how the payment goes. Here we'll simply say if the payment reference is not empty, then the payment is successful, and we're going to display this message with a receipt number. If the payment reference variable is an empty string, then we're going to say payment failed, and we're going to show the user a button that allows them to try again by setting payment done back to false so that the web view appears again. Okay, let's run this and see if it works. Okay, let's add some items to the cart. Hit the cart button, and here we need to see the web view. Oh, but it's not showing because I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to set the height of the view that contains the web view. So over here under web view, I should be setting the width, make it max to fill up the whole page, and the height. Without this, the web view will not show at all. And let's try again. Here you go. Let's add some items to the cart. Go to the cart, and here the payment form is showing up. Now we can add some padding to make this look nicer. Here we can pad the V stack and try again. Okay, now it looks nicer. This is aligned with the page title. Let's go and try a payment. We're gonna get 3DS now. The 3DS page is rendering just fine inside the checkout page. We enter the OTP and then hit submit. And then the payment request gets sent, response is received, the WebView receives it and relays it back to the SwiftUI app, which catches that and puts the receipt number in the state variable, and then displays this message, payment successful. And this is how to implement the Cybersource Microform module to collect payments inside a SwiftUI app. And that's it. If you like the video, please hit like, subscribe for more videos like this. And if you want to access the source code that we used in this video, check out the Patreon link below. In exchange for supporting the channel, we give you the source code that we used in this video to make it easier for you to code it instead of starting from scratch. And that's it for today. See you next time.